Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on NFAfights.com from the factory here in Chesterfield, Missouri for NFA 19, Bush versus Stockman. Tonight's event is brought to you in part by Kind Goods, Unrivaled Realty, and the United States Marine Corps. These bouts are sanctioned under the Missouri Office of Athletics, overseen tonight by Executive Director Tim Lukanoff. Your judges cage side tonight, Travis Buzz King, David Hewitt, and Rob Francis. Your referees in charge of the action once we begin, Josh Stewart, Brandon Anderson, and Nadim Novalic. Your timekeeper is Keith Bell, and your physician, cage side, Dr. Melvin Macklin. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to get tonight started, making his way to the NFA cage, Anthony Hayes.
Anthony Hayes makes the walk. He's the first one to kick off NFA 19 at the factory. Lance DeClue, again, matchmaker. What do we have going with Anthony Hayes?
So Anthony Hayes put on an amazing display of jiu-jitsu last event. He had a rough round and a half. He was mounted, and he did the slick under roll into a knee bar. And for me, that was submission of the night. So he was. You don't see this often anymore, but it reminded me of that classic jiu-jitsu style where you take a little bit of a punishment to get an opening and then grab what you can.
That was a bit of a throwback the way that went. Yeah, it's been a long time since that, but whenever you're behind like that, there's just a good thing about having the attitude of not accepting defeat. He found a way to win. My coaches always told me, even when you're behind, no matter what the scorecard is or anything, find a way to win. That's what he did.
Kicking things off again, we've got Anthony Hayes coming out first. This is brought to you by Kind Goods, the presenting sponsor for the evening. Be sure to stop in at Kind Goods anywhere in the St. Louis area. Make it happen. And if you're watching on Facebook, you get this one for free. The next one, NFAfights.com. You can hear the silky smooth sounds of Jordan Dowdy, Lance DeClue, myself, Chris Denman, here in Chesterfield, just outside of St. Louis tonight.
Well, and in Hayes' corner, sorry I didn't interrupt you.
Please.
Is Vince Ezell, who was, back in his time, very stout, very good prospect that people thought was on the cusp of getting to the UFC, but then a lot of things just kind of happened and got in the way, but very solid coach, too.
Also, he was another one that had heart and was tough also.
Incredible. I love seeing that. I love hearing the stories. Let's throw it up to Mike in the cage.
His opponent now making his way to the cage, Antonio Munoz.
So Antonio has now switched camps. His previous coach, Johans, that gym had closed down. And he's kind of where I was at one point, where your initial coach, your initial gym closes down, and you kind of realize later it's an opportunity. You really love the first coach you had. They did a lot for you. You take those lessons on, you get in a new room, new coaches, you gain new tools. This guy works hard. He's in the gym all the time, getting strength and conditioning in the morning. He's out at Wolves Den training. I'm excited to see what he brings because the last fight he had was very good as well.
Banger. It was a banger. I mean, they went to war.
And he's in shape. So I remember specifically in the third round, he was still breathing through his nose between rounds.
I do. I remember that as well and thought, it's been a while.
And Danny Wright made a good point about this earlier on the red carpet, and I'm gonna rephrase it a bit though. But basically, damage-wise, Munoz had that fight, but point-wise is where he lost.
Yeah, he didn't really look marked up at all compared to where his opponent was. A couple bad positions he got caught up in the grappling exchanges that ended up separating there enough. But I mean, by no means a loss.
Right, absolutely. We've got a great matchup kicking things off here at NFA 19. Again, our first time at the factory. Could not be more excited to be part of this. We've got both our opponents. I see that Antonio's coming in at 170.4. We got a welterweight bout kicking things off. These guys are tall, too. They're long. This is the new style of fighter, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, everybody, weight cutting's getting a lot better now.
Let's kick things off for our first fight of the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds of MMA in the NFA welterweight division, brought to you tonight by Kind Goods. And now introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This boxer and jiu-jitsu style fighter stands 6'1", weighed in 168.8 pounds. He holds an amateur record, 1 win, 0 defeats. That win coming by way of submission. Representing Gracie Humaida, fighting out of Springfield, Illinois, Anthony Hayes. His opponent across the NFA cage, fighting out of the red corner, is a look-see-do style fighter standing 6'2", weighed in 170 pounds. He is 0-1 as an amateur. Representing Wolves Den, fighting out of Elmhurst, Illinois, Antonio Primetime Munoz. Your referee, Nadim Navalich.
We went over everything in the back. Protect yourself at all time. Obey my command at all time. Touch gloves if you want.
He said touch gloves and didn't give him a chance to do
I
it.
was thinking that. Like he shoved him before.
Here we
He
go.
shoved him before he gets to touch gloves.
He must have seen some stuff.
An exciting night of fights kicks off right now. NFA 19. We're free on Facebook. Be sure to get the pay-per-view. NFAfights.com for the rest of the card. We may. Not even. That's it. That's it. It's over just like that.
Like that.
Caught him right in the midst of a kick.
13 seconds in. Elmhurst, Illinois zone. Oh my goodness, fellas. Were you ready for that, Jordan?
No.
No.
Let's hear it. Let's see the replay.
Yeah.
Thanks to the staff for getting that together. Let's see what happens.
Threw a push kick with his hand down, and it left it wide open. Yep.
Oh yeah, he clocked him.
Came right down central with it.
He looked like he was about to defend himself, though. I don't know what the. Let's see. He did crumble. He definitely crumbled. But then he looked like he went ready. Yeah, I'm not.
I still think that's a good stoppage,
it's good.
especially for amateur.
The amateur kicking things off. And again, you got 14 seconds in. There it is.
So I told him
Kicking off. Congratulations.
I told him Munoz earlier. I thought that was going to be fired, and then he goes, nah. And he just came over and he was making sure I remembered that.
He said no doubt. As Munoz gets the win in 14 seconds. What a way to kick things off. It's as if
I should know better. Anytime I call a fire now, that's what happens to me.
That's what it is. You know what? We've got UFC Bellator veteran Adam Sella going to go up and talk to the winner. Munoz kicking things off right here at the factory. 14 seconds is all it took. We were so stunned. It happened so quick. We didn't even have time to react, but a wonderful win for Munoz. We'll go up for the official result in the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Nadim Navalich, calls to stop this fight in just 11 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by TKO, Antonio Primetime Munoz.
What a great way to